People say they have faith, but they're never willing to test their faith. They're never willing to challenge it and actually see if they have it. It's literally like being like, yeah, I can swim, but I'm not getting in that water. Welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. I'm Lori Harder, founder of The Bliss Project, 3-time fitness world champion, fitness expert, and cover model turned self-love junkie, lifestyle entrepreneur, and author. Each week, I'll bring you a guest or a thought that will help you bust through your fears, connect to your soul, and get focused and clear so you can elevate your life, business, and relationships. We don't wait until we're ready for someone to tell us we're good enough. We take what we want and we anoint ourselves. Get ready to earn, own, and unapologetically rock your happiness every single day. Are you with me? Here we go. Welcome back to Questionably Awesome. This is your first episode of 2020, Evans. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling rejuvenated and pumped.
Oh man, those are good words.
Yeah.
It's like repumped.
Repumped for renewal.
I'm going to hook myself up to a pump. I don't know.
The holidays can really take it out of you.
Oh, they sure can. And it's like if you do something crazy on New Year's Eve, you're going to wake up on 1/1 and just be undone.
You're not going to feel good.
No.
I'll be honest. That was me in 2019, day one of 2019.
Did you just get turned?
I got
what?
turned and I did not mean to. It doesn't take much.
What did you do?
Wait, no, not this year though. This was like a year ago.
Right, a year ago. What did you do?
We just had drinks with friends and went to a couple of different places. And if I have more than 2 beverages, it's game over.
You know what? Back when you were like 21, you were 6-pack Evans. I know. I heard all about it. Just kidding. She was not. She wasn't 6-pack Evans. Although I think there was a time we were 6-pack.
Definitely a time.
I might have been like a 12 to 18 pack.
12
that nice
Bud Lights.
There's 12 and then there's 18 for those people who are like 12 just isn't enough.
I need 6 more.
6 more for the evening. Okay, welcome to 2020. This is Questionably Awesome, where every single episode is not questionable. It's pretty much just awesome. But if you are looking for an interview or something a little more serious, this is not the show for you. We like to give a nice warning in the beginning because some people are like, I feel very studious this morning and serious. This isn't going to be it.
Nope. And that's okay that you feel that way.
That's okay. You tune into a different episode.
Yeah.
But if you're feeling crazy and you want to learn awesome stuff in a funny way, because that's how you learn the best, this is your show.
Couldn't agree more.
I really think we need to come up with a theme song.
I do too.
This is your song.
This is your theme song
for Questionably Awesome
2020.
Tell me about what you did
this year.
Yeah,
New Year's Eve. What did we do? Oh, you're gonna like this. We rode our bikes to dinner around 5 p.m. That's
oh my God, I love it.
PM.
Yes, of course. Perfect time.
Perfect time for dinner. Then got a pint of ice cream from a local spot.
Where?
It wasn't from Jenny's.
It wasn't Jenny's. You're wearing your
I'm
Jenny's
wearing my
shirt.
Jenny's sweatshirt.
I think that's a great New Year shirt.
It's a great shirt.
You guys, she's wearing a Jenny's sweatshirt, which is an ice cream company that she loves.
I love Jenny's. If you haven't had Jenny's ice cream, I encourage everyone to try it.
That's a sexy Jenny's shirt.
It really is.
Do you think when she was making it, she was like, oh, this is going to be for a sexy lady who likes pints of ice cream?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Are you going to crop that?
Probably make it cropped and take the sleeves off. It's like the manliest shirt ever.
I love it. It's so cute. But we could crop it.
Yeah, I could crop it.
Right below the bra line.
It's nice.
And eat a pint of ice cream and do a photo shoot in it. It's going to be great.
I'm in.
Okay. Back to bike riding at 5 p.m.
Yeah, we were home by like 7:30, 8, and we did those face mask things, you know, the sheet ones.
Oh, I saw it on Instagram.
Yep. And probably was asleep by 10.
Did you do any like talking about what you want for 2020?
Yes, we did that earlier. We went on a hike.
Okay. What did you talk about? What do you want?
We talked about kind of budgeting and financial goals.
Oh, I love that.
That was really important.
That's so important. People don't do that.
Yeah, it's a scary conversation.
It's a bit of the foundation though. Like how are you supposed to figure out what direction you want to go if you don't talk about everything?
Exactly. And that's finances are a big part, especially if you're merging your finances or figuring that out.
Can I ask how you guys brought that up to each other? Or was it one or the other or both like, hey, we should really have this conversation?
We go to a couples counselor.
Yep.
And she actually said, the top two things that she's experienced that are tricky for couples when they get married is they don't talk about finances and if you want children or not.
Wow.
So that
the
was
two biggest things, and we avoid it.
Yeah. She's like, those are two things that couples commonly have issues with because you never bring them up. So we need to get that out.
Yeah.
And that's why we brought it up.
That is, you guys, that is the craziest thing. And I totally get it because you're like, no, let's stay in the honeymoon phase. And then you're like, oh yeah, this doesn't, you're not going to be in this phase forever. You have the rest of your life to look at. So you better make sure you have this conversation. Okay. So that's awesome. You went on a hike. You talked about finances. Did you talk about anything else?
Yes. Just kind of our intent with this year and what we wanted this year to feel like, because we're both in a big transition with work and figuring out what's our life going to be like.
You know what? I just want to talk to people right now about that. And you.
Yeah. Hello.
You're always going to, hello. I'm listening from a different place now. You're always going to hit that place every 3 to 5 to 7 years. I think people have different amounts of time that it's going to happen. And I also think that in certain years, you're going to hit transitions every year in a big way until you kind of start settling into oh, this is what I'm going to do the next 5 to 7 years. But I think that I think the reason that so many people are unhappy with their life is because they're not factoring in the transitions. Mm-hmm. We think, oh, I'm going to become a doctor. This is what I'm going to be happy with forever. I went to school. I'm now a doctor. And now for the rest of their life, because they committed to it and it's their identity and they paid all this money, they wake up in 3 to 5 to 7 years to 10 years to maybe 15 if you're lucky. And you're like, whoa, maybe this isn't it for me anymore. Maybe I'm supposed to do something else or something along with this. Mm-hmm. And we resist that because I think we feel like we're going to let people down or we don't have money or your life isn't supposed to change or you should just be happy with this. And there is a point where I do think hey, if you're job hopping all the time or you're really confused, maybe just be happy with where you're at for a while. See if you can even do that, get into that state. And then from that place of being happy with what you already have, start deciding what could be, what could amplify that.
I love that.
Anyway, that was it. This is podcast over.
That's it.
I drained the tanks on that one.
How was your new year? You always do a lot of good intention setting and stuff.
We do. We actually put a lot of time and work into our new year planning because there's just a lot that has to shift and change in order for us to go into the next year that we want. And I think this year was probably the most, last year was pretty damn intentional too, but this year we went away for it. We normally stay in the house.
Yeah.
We went down to Laguna, which is one of our favorite places for it. It's just so beautiful spot on the ocean. And you guys, I did not always get to do this. This is something that we now are how could we be even more intentional with it? Because I do think it's a super powerful time of year. Yes. If you did not do this yet, you have 2-3 weeks. You have all of January to do this. But we did start with a podcast about 2 weeks ago that was Start, Stop, Face, and Embrace. And we really started thinking about what do we want to start, stop, face, embrace. You guys, that's a great question. You can go listen to that podcast on my podcast from last week if you want to do that exercise by yourself or with a partner or with friends or whatever. And then we went down there and we really talked about it again. What are things that we want to leave behind? What's a new trait or habit that we want to start for the new year in order to become the person that we want to be? And then we talked about planning our year. So we planned our team meetings. We planned our team big quarterly planning sessions.
That's awesome.
We planned our trips for Chris and I. We looked at the calendar and said, what do we want to totally make sure that we leave open so that we are both on the same page and we don't book anything in these time slots at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got really, really clear. And then we did vision boards that night.
That's freaking awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah. So we reflect on the year prior because last year, so when we do vision boards, we write on the back now. So for 2019, we had 2018 written on the back of reflections.
Yeah.
What did we do? Where did we speak? What did we think was a win? What was a big thing that was, a challenge that shifted us and, that we learned a lesson from. So we start by reflecting on 3 years ago and going, holy crap. I think what we forget is And I think Tony Robbins has a quote about it, but it's you underestimate what you can do in 5 years and overestimate what you think you're going to do in a year. So what we noticed is like our dreams come true from our vision board it takes about 3 to 5 years, we noticed. So like even 2018, we had a lot of things that happened even last year. So I know it's like 2 years, but still, it just takes a little bit longer for a lot of the things that we put on there to manifest. But then also a lot of things happen within the year that you're like, whoa, I didn't realize that could happen so fast. So it's really important to like write down your big goals and your wins and things from the year prior.
Yeah, because you can just completely forget about all the amazing things you did.
What did you do? What was a big lesson? What was the underlying theme of last year that you can say, without last year, I wouldn't have learned X?
Oh man, that's a really hard question. Without last year, I wouldn't have learned that I'm capable of more, I think.
You don't think?
I think maybe.
We're here to help each other clean up our language, and we're here to help each other grow into the phenomenal women that we are.
That's one thing I'm working on in what year is this? 2020?
2020.
Being more confident.
Hey, have you put together, and I love that, and you will. I think we need to do something together to do that.
Yeah, like a Wonder Woman class.
Oh, wouldn't that be so
Or one
fun?
of those striptease classes. I'm serious. That's how you get your confidence, is you stand and you...
That's true.
You do learn confidence.
You take your clothes off in front of people. That's what you do. You hear this, young girls of America? Here's advice from Evans. If you want to get confident, you striptease your way there.
That's not what I mean. I don't know why
she did not mean. This is hilarious. Here's why. It's because truly that type of class, I took a pole dancing class.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know. I had to make a joke. If I can't make a joke about a striptease class, then I don't know what I can joke about. You
actually strip in those, but you learn how to move your body.
Yeah, like a Tara Romano class.
Yes.
Oh, she's good.
Tara Romano's
You got to take her class
That's
at
what
Bliss.
I need to do. Oh, because I've never taken it. I've always
take
been
it
on the
this year.
other side.
You got to take it this year. I'm going to make you take it this year. It's in the morning.
I can't wait.
And I'm going to make you wear a pleather silver onesie. It doesn't have to be pleather. Yeah, it does.
Okay. I'll do it.
Okay, perfect.
If it helps other people, I'll do it.
Hair whips and all.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. That's the option. I will give like silver onesies to everyone if they want it. That would really raise my costs though.
Plus Bliss is soon.
It's soon. End of March.
I can't wait.
You guys got to come to Bliss.
Yeah, I'm going.
Tickets are selling fast. You got to get your ticket.
They always sell fast. So you got to get your ticket and you got to come out here.
And bring your silver onesie.
Yes, because it's going to be really fun.
Who else wants to fake striptease in the morning? Come on. Come on. All right. So striptease dancing for confidence.
Yes.
And okay.
Wait, you have to answer the question.
What was my overlying lesson for last year? Oh, I know this one. God, I have like 2 Evans.
It's okay. You
Maybe
can have more
3.
than one.
Okay. So the first one is life is going to go in chapters. If you are feeling bored or tired, it's probably because you are closing a chapter and you are blotching everywhere right now.
I am?
You are.
Oh my God.
So blotchy.
Just the thought of doing a striptease class really set me over the edge.
If Evans gets embarrassed, which I love your comment. She's like, why did I say that on air? Like, oh my God,
like
I love that you said it.
TV show
I know.
Right
like she is just, you look like a constellation right now. Like
it's my tell.
I love it. It is her tell. Like I literally know when Evans is like, God, why did I say that? Or like, I'm super embarrassed. And I literally love it. So anyway, she might look like a heat map.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
I just want to take a picture and like do one of the scroll through carousels on Instagram of like, here she was at the beginning. Here was the end after the striptease conversation.
Total rash.
Okay. So back to talking about what happened or what my biggest lessons were. Okay. Last year, number 1, like I said, if you were tired or feeling lost, not happy, like depressed, anxious, like my anxiety was flared up again. I was waking up. This was so bad. I was hitting the snooze button like 3 times. I just did not want to get out of bed.
I was
feeling
doing that
so
too.
purposeless. And I'm like, I live a beautiful life. So this is not saying Here's the thing. People feel ashamed who have like a life where maybe they have kids and they've got great family. Then they feel really ashamed that they should be happy with what they have. Yes, be happy, but you are also a human and humans seek growth. And if you're not really expanding yourself, then you are going to wake up and start feeling that way. Or if you're not moving in the direction that your soul is nagging at you. And here's the thing. We get really caught up in like I don't know what it's saying. So like you don't actually take time to tune in. You just get busy with what you're either good at or get busy with your life and you fill it with so much shit that it doesn't actually make you happy. So you start doing more stuff. Like you just do more stuff. It's so weird. Maybe you start like helping other people and saying yes to everything. And then you're like feeling resentful. We just fill it with stuff. And the hard part is the reason why this is so hard to get out of is because we have to start saying no to everything just to have moments of more silence. You need more walks by yourself. You need more prayers asking, what is it that my heart is calling me to? What seems fun? What seems interesting? And you're going to get some really weird answers that are going to be like, I can't do that. And those are the things you need to start looking at and going, what would it look like if I did that? Like, what would happen if I took on this giant thing that I want to do? Right. And I will tell you that walking in the fire and like walking in that purpose that's the thing that's going to keep you happy. That's going to keep you busy. Yeah, it's going to be stressful. Yeah, you're going to have moments of breakdown. And believe me, I have had more moments of doubt than I can possibly tell you. It's been waking me up at night. Like, who do you think you are? You can't do this. And then I'm like, what would I do again? What am I going to go back to how I felt last year? No. So I'm really, really good at going back to like my options and going, okay, totally, Lori, you don't have to do this. And I actually speak to myself in the third person. I'm not shitting you because it is the best thing you can possibly do because it's like a little pep talk.
Yeah.
Just read about it again in another book about how your brain works. So, Evans,
that's amazing. Yes.
So your brain is like, Evans, what are your options here? Do you know who you're meant to be? Do you know you have a big purpose?
Yes.
Are you willing to go back to how you felt when you were hitting the snooze button and you were depressed and anxious every day?
No, that was a terrible feeling. And I hate that
terrible feeling. Would you rather be walking in fear, but doing something pretty cool, even if you fail?
Yes, 100%.
Then you can do this.
Then
Then Evans,
butt up.
You have got this. I get that you feel like you can't do it, but what do you need in order to do this? Evans, make sure that you have some people around you. Evans, make sure that you're praying. Evans, make sure that you are giving yourself grace around this thing. Make sure that you're scheduling things in that are going to help up level you into this thing. And that's the conversation I'm having with myself all the time. I'm like, Lori, you are meant for this. Lori, you are made from like God energy. Lori, you are able to do this. Lori, God has your back. Like constant conversations about that. So
that's huge.
Yeah. You gotta, you know who does this so well is my friend Danette May, like does mirror talk every day. And she talks to herself like that every single day in the mirror. And it is super, super powerful. Like do mirror work every day. Like you've got this, like you're amazing. You're beautiful. You're created from God. Like you are like so much more powerful than you think.
I think that's so important because I noticed a lot of my language to myself within the last year. This is actually something I was thinking about. Was very negative. And like, oh, I'm so tired and blah, blah. Well, if you keep saying that, then you're going to feel like that.
And you're tired from not knowing what you really want to do.
Exactly. So,
because when my schedule like has a lot of things, let me tell you, when I started this new company, which I'm going to tell you guys about soon, I think a lot of you already know, I was not tired. I was doing more than I was last year, or I am doing more than I was last year as far as just like appointments and getting things done and learning things and reading different books. I am not tired.
You're more energized.
I'm energized because I have a vision, a purpose, and I know what I'm waking up to every day. So, and that feels really weird at first because don't get me wrong, there are days I'm like, holy crap, I'm tired and I'm scared to face the day.
Yeah.
But they're few and far between. But yeah, I can feel a little lost because I don't know what to do next. And that's why it's really important to keep sitting down with different people and being like, what would I do next? What does this look like? Please help me. Like I'm getting a lot of business mentors and asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Because I actually don't know necessarily what to do next. So yeah, there are points where you're going to feel lost even when you're in your purpose, like many, many points.
Right.
But it's still better.
It's still so much better.
Oh my God. It's still so much better.
Was there something because it sounds like it took time, like you kind of just had to let yourself have that time of feeling anxious. And
that's what I wanted to talk about. Thanks for bringing me back to that. I took like the first 6 months of this year and just said, you're figuring it out. And like so much grace on myself for letting myself hit the alarm clock, letting myself sit in the question of, I kept asking myself this question. If I had all the time and all the money in the world, what would I be doing? Like if I just woke up and had every single option in front of me. And that's where this idea was birthed from, because you guys, we actually do have all the money and time in the world. And I know that sounds crazy. Some people are going to be like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
You can I'm raising the money. So it's not my money, literally. Like we are putting some of our money in, but I'm raising money. So I do have all the money if I believe that I can raise money. And I'm learning how to raise money right now from people who have done it before by asking, can I get help? And reading different books and listening to different podcasts. So nothing that's not accessible to every single person. I'm literally using things like books and podcasts and hitting up people's DMs that are ignoring me right now. So it's fine.
But
that happens to me too all the time. Like I have so many people who are ignoring me right now. That's great. They're not going to for long. Don't worry. And that's my theory as well. I'm like, that's okay. They can't see what I see yet. We are blessed with the vision. They are not. As far as seeing your vision. Yeah. And then, so first 6 months I just sat in that and it was really uncomfortable because I was not getting any answers. 6 months, you guys, no answers. And this started at the end of 2018. So anyway, you got to allow yourself to sit in it because some years you're just meant to sit in the question. And I know that people hate that, but for 2020, some people, it's going to be their sitting year.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to figure out how to stay in the joy even through that. So
you can do it. Yeah. Do you have a quote?
Yeah, I do. Do you?
Yeah.
Let's do it. My quote is, this is from Mandy Hale. And I love this quote because I'm going to insert some other words in some of her words.
Oh, I love that.
And this quote is from her book, The Single Woman, Life, Love, and a Dash of Sass.
Ooh.
Who doesn't want a dash of sass? She says, a busy, vibrant, goal-oriented woman is so much more attractive than a woman who waits around for a man to validate her existence. And I thought that, it's not just about a man validating our existence. A lot of times if we don't have the support of our family, we're like, well, we can't move forward. If we don't have the support of our best friend, we're like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Yes.
If the world is feeling like it's really like bumping up against your goal and like every door is shutting, we're like, oh, this is not right.
Right.
You guys, that's not how it works at all. Like you can't wait for a person to tell you that you're good enough. You can't wait for someone to promote you. You can't wait for somebody to, my whole life I was like waiting to be crowned this magazine cover to tell me that I was good enough. And I had to first know that I was good enough before one came for me. So Some people, it doesn't work that way. I had friends who got them right away. And let me tell you, I'm so glad that the things that I wanted did not happen right away for me because my life would be seriously much different right now. I don't think I would have grown that muscle that makes you realize that you have to keep pushing even when everybody tells you no, and that you're good enough even when that you can love yourself even when no one else loves you. That's just those moments. So
that's
anyway.
Huge.
Look
at Lizzo. Lizzo always tweets.
Lizzo.
She's like, guys, I've been doing this for years. It's not like overnight I randomly got successful.
Yes, I know. People don't see that picture. I wish that we could just be like, hey, one day I might be successful. So I'm going to have this body cam on for 10 years while I get turned down.
You can see the time lapse.
Just to make sure. So if you're 8 years old listening to this, shout out to all my 8-year-olds. What's up?
Huge 8-year-old community.
Oh man. Like when I see like the scale of how many people listen, it's like 8-year-olds around the world are like tuned in. Mr. Rogers and then the Questionably Awesome show.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyhow.
I have a quote from Elizabeth Gilbert that I think you'll really like.
Mm-hmm.
It says, essentially, over the years, I have learned this truth. If I'm feeling stuck in life, then I can be certain it is because I'm afraid of something and I just haven't faced it yet.
Read that again. I'm not kidding.
Essentially, over the years, I have learned this truth. If I'm feeling stuck in life, then I can be certain it is because I'm afraid of something and I just haven't faced it yet.
Whoa.
Oh,
that's like making me weepy. She is a wordsmith of just emotion, like totally knows how to nail it. Okay, Evans, what are you not facing? What do you know about yourself that you're not facing?
Oh, I know what I'm doing. Not doing anything I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, supposed to,
not pushing myself for doing more than I'm capable.
What are you afraid of? What's the thought that's keeping you afraid? That you're going to get rejected, that you can't handle it? Rejection at the interview or rejection in the actual process of the job?
In the process, and also that I'll end up broke and living in a cardboard box, which
so what if that happens?
Then I would make a really cute cardboard box, honestly.
You have so many people that if for some reason you went through a broke period in your life, which by the way, could totally happen.
Could completely happen.
You will be fine and you will come back stronger and you will learn something from it. You have tons of people. You could go live in your mom's basement.
Yeah.
You could go live in my third bedroom. Job. Yeah.
There's always different things you can do to get through.
You have to risk it all in order to get to the place that you want to go.
Exactly.
And because you have to know that like, it's that thing where it's like people say they have faith, but they're never willing to test their faith. Mm-hmm. They're never willing to challenge it and actually see if they have it.
Yeah.
It's literally like being like, yeah, I can swim, but I'm not getting in that water, but I'm a swimmer. And people being like, I've never seen you swim. And they're like, no, I'm a swimmer.
I can definitely swim.
Yeah, I can swim for sure, but I am not getting in the water. Like, I am afraid I'm going to sink. It's the same thing. I have faith. Yeah, I totally do. But I'm not willing to put it to work.
Yeah. Oh, man. Damn it, Lori.
Ye of little faith.
I know.
That's me too. I'm saying it to myself.
Thank you for saying that.
Anytime you want me to talk you down, make you feel bad about yourself, I am the coach over here.
You want a question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. It's about goals. It's from @MagZSZZ.
Wow. That must have been a tough name when you were little.
Magzies.
Hey, thanks for this question, Magzies.
Magzies. How to transition from an old environment into your new environment without being rude.
Here's what I think this question is, because we all know that you can only put so many characters into our Instagram question asking survey. Which happens usually on Wednesdays, guys, if you're wondering. I think that her question is about how do we transcend into the person that we're meant to be without worrying about leaving people behind.
Yes.
Is that a good translation for that question?
I think that's a great translation.
So how do we reach our goals without being rude, essentially, to people? Well, I wish that I could put like I wish I could make this into like a really flowery garden for you and be like, here's how, here's what we're asking. How can I become the person that I need to be in a way that doesn't hurt?
I don't think, is that possible?
Have you ever done it?
No.
Then it's not possible.
There are always going to be the people that doubt you or try to bring you down.
Yeah. And it's always going to be really hard and it's going to be painful. It's not going to feel super fun, and it's going to be super fun, and it's going to be joyous, and you're going to feel the most expanded you've ever felt. Who I can't remember. Who was I talking to the other day?
Who? Oprah?
Who? I don't think I was talking to Oprah. We meet once a month, so that was the month prior.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I talk to Oprah in my head a lot.
I do too. She really is just like a guiding light.
She really is.
Like an extra mom.
Aunt Opes.
Aunt Ope. Oh, I like it. Ayo, who? Okay, back to talking about
transitioning from old environment to new environment without being rude.
Oh, but I was talking to somebody who said and it was somebody that I admire, but I can't remember who it was. It was like, you can't experience, or the only way to experience like the ultimate joy is to experience what's on the other side, like the ultimate, pain or grief. Like your joy will expand as much as you are willing to feel the opposite feeling. And that just like blew my mind, because when I'm willing to sit in like even the pain of, let's just talk about this last year, even the pain of like purposelessness, not knowing, being uncertain. Oh my God, could this happen? And letting that be okay. Yeah. Then you can also let the joy be okay. A lot of people who can't let resistance and pain be okay, because I couldn't for a long time. Like I resisted. I was like, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that. I also couldn't let the joy in.
That's so true and human.
Mm-hmm. So the amount of like pain that you are willing to sit in and be like, this is called being human. Like it doesn't feel good, but I'm not going to resist it. Then you can move through it a lot faster. So back to the question, there's no way to do it without, of course you're not going to be rude about it and be like, guess what? Transcending mother. Like that's rude. Yeah. That's rude. But you are going to have those moments where PPL might talk shit. So, and that's no fun.
No.
They're not going to understand because people can only meet you at the level in which they're at. So I had an experience super recently, aka yesterday, where I was just like,
whoa,
I had to understand that some people aren't going to understand why I'm saying a certain answer, because to them, they will not have gone through the level of things that I went through with something in order to know why I'm not saying yes to something. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, this is so terrible. And it just was not super fun. And also I was like, but I have to make peace with it and know that some people are going to think that it's not going to make sense, or they're going to think I'm rude.
Yeah.
And
that's
just,
okay.
Yeah, it's okay. And you have to know that that's part of being human, and you're going to have to move forward.
And you can do it, Magsies.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay. You want another one?
Yeah.
Okay. It's about pivoting. This is from Victoria Plummer. Hi, Victoria. How do you make your pivot from personal? How did you make your pivot from personal trainer to where you are now?
We may have answered this one before.
Did we answer?
I think we did.
We're gonna skip.
We're gonna just skip it. Go to the next one.
Okay.
Victoria, thank you for your question, though. I know we answered it.
You'll never know the answer. From Alisek.Peterson, how do you allow yourself to trust the process? What triggers taking action? Oh,
what do you think?
How do you allow yourself to trust? I think,
because I feel like you're in this right now.
Yeah, I think I'm just so sick and tired of the feeling of being sick and tired that's probably a trigger to do something.
Yeah.
Is that answering the question? How do you
trust that process of the uncertainty? Because so here's what I think is like, here's what happens to all of us is we can't see the future. We don't feel certain. We doubt ourselves. So how do you trust the process that's how it's going to feel in order for you to start doing the thing that you want to do? Like, what are you weaving through in your head right now, knowing that you're not going to get the answers that you want in order to move forward?
I'm just kind of weaving through that. I know I just have that faith that, things will turn out okay. And that you're supported and loved.
Yep.
And
so what are you going to do?
So you're going to move forward.
How are you moving forward?
Specifics or?
Yeah. Do you have specifics yet? Or are you not to that phase yet?
I don't think I'm that phase.
When is that phase coming?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes.
Tomorrow never comes.
Just FYI.
Because I'm going to ask you next week.
I know. I feel like I'm getting blotchy again, Lori. Let's ask more questions to you.
But we'll talk. We'll figure it out. Like, for real. I get it. You'd be doing it to me too. If I kept talking about something, you'd be like, hey,
what are you going to do about it?
You've got a big calling.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be big is the thing. Like, your big is big. Everything. And that's what I think people judge themselves on. Like, I think you just need to start with like whatever is different that's calling you. Oh my God. So last year I knew I needed to do something different. So I started doing different things. I started making those blankets. I started playing guitar. I didn't know what the next like big career thing was. So I had to just start doing a different life thing.
Like taking a class.
Oh my God. Like my friend Jackie is like doing triathlons and swimming. Like,
yeah.
And that's changing her life. And I'm watching it change her career actually. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we think it has to be this big career thing when really it needs to be some life things that have to change in order to change the way that your mind is working every day.
I think that's huge because I know my routine needs to be shaken up.
Yes. I think that's probably where most people should start.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking it's going to be we think it's supposed to be the career thing all the time. And looking back, you guys, this is actually a huge aha moment for me. Sometimes it's just got to be like adding in the things that you've been wanting to do and the joy, because God's like, hey, you're not even like enjoying these other options that you have in life. Like, start just enjoying what you have in your life. Like, what does it take right now to enjoy where you're already at? Yeah. It doesn't take a career shift. It just takes like adding in things that I'm offering. Like, life has this plethora of like colors that you get to choose from, and you're not even choosing those while you're doing this other thing. So
that's so true. Like, making a career change, it's like a distraction sometimes.
Can be a distraction to realizing that's not actually where the joy is. Can you find, I'm having a moment, a download. A lot of you think that you're going to find your joy in your career, AKA me. I get it. Mm-hmm. And first I had to find the joy in my life and in my current relationships before I was going to be offered the gift of what's next for me.
Ooh, that was an aha moment.
It's a huge aha moment for me right now.
To find it within.
Yeah. God was like, you know what? I'm not going to give you this next thing because it's not the next thing. It's right now.
Yeah.
And until I learned that it was right now, the next thing would have just become another thing that I was trying to accomplish and get validation in.
Yeah.
Because I was. And now it's like, nope. Now when this thing came, I said, you know what? It's going to be hard. It is going to there's nothing at the finish line of this. I want to do this because I want to build something and I want to enjoy building it. Mm-hmm. I want to see what I'm made of and what I'm capable of, not what I can finish, not what I'm going to get. And it was a huge moment. I'm going to find joy in building.
That's good, Lori.
So man, whoa, man. I don't know. We're going to wrap this up. We've been talking a while.
Okay.
We're 2 hours in.
We've been here for 2 hours.
Time moves faster in 2020. We have been here a while,
really
35
does.
minutes.
It really does.
So I need a little bit of Evan's wisdom to wrap this up.
Oh man, I have so much. You know what? One thing I am going to do this year better that I've started doing is I noticed that I mindlessly scroll on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, how much time did I use mindlessly scrolling? Given there's some good nuggets on there.
There really are.
But you don't need to be on there for as long as you're on there.
No.
So I've been replacing that with just not looking at my phone, reading an actual book.
Yes.
Doing something.
Yep.
You really, there's a lot of time you waste on your phone.
There is. And there is an exponential amount of happiness to be had when I just really stayed off my phone a lot. My messages are giving me anxiety, but that's something I'm going to work with. Either set a timer every day or have full days where I stay off my phone because my anxiety is directly related to Instagram.
Mine is too.
Yeah.
Lori, mine is so bad. And I'll start being like, well, why don't I do that? What are they doing? Okay, first of all, it's a highlight reel.
Yes, for sure.
And everyone, you don't see all the work they do and all of the hard things they go through.
No.
So maybe just stop it.
Yeah. Put some, and if you don't have a plan and you don't put timers on it and you don't like you just said, okay, instead of this, maybe you have a set time. Instead of this, now I'm reading a book, or now I'm going to go for a walk, or now I'm going to actually replace it with something is so important. So, I think that's the best advice of the year.
Well, thank you,
It would
Lori.
change people's lives.
It's changing mine.
Yeah, it's changing mine as well. All right, you guys. So you can submit your questions through Instagram on Wednesdays when I have my question tile up. And until next time, remain
questionably
awesome. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me on the Earn Your Happy podcast. I am so glad that you stopped by. If you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would love it, that would be absolutely amazing, and we would be forever grateful. Also, please leave us a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving us an honest thought, an honest comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear more of. It would really help us out on our journey to helping thousands and thousands of people. Until then, don't forget to earn your happy. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, do you know what the big secret is this year? And it shouldn't be a secret because this should be your biggest focus. It is building your community. I am always working on building and nurturing my community, and everyone is talking about the power of community. Without an online community, you just cannot grow organically or create a real movement, which is what I know that we're all after. And you can build trust or monetize your audience. When you get community right, not only does your audience grow faster, but so do your sales. But where's everybody going to be managing their communities these days? And a lot of online entrepreneurs and thought leaders are turning to circle.so. Circle is an all-in-one community platform. It lets you host content and create discussions, live streams, group chats, and memberships all under your own brand. And what's so cool about Circle.so is that you don't even need a website or Facebook group. Instead, Circle lets you build your own community site where you can host content and manage your members. You can even create locked and unlocked content spaces, groups, and classes. How freaking cool is that? You can put your content behind a paywall too, and you can charge different amounts of money for different spaces on your community site. Circle.so is famously easy to use, and it has a free 14-day trial for you, so you can go check it out, see if you like it, see if you love all the options. Just go to circle.so. Go check it out right now, you guys. Imagine being able to manage your community, start group chats and live classes, and accept payments all in one place. Kind of mind-blowing since this is usually spread all over the place. You have to log into so many different things. If this is the year to capture, organize, and monetize your community, head over to circle.so. You can get a free trial and start building your online community right now. Just go to circle.so. You guys, you get the 14-day free trial. So just go and see if it's for you. It's going to streamline everything and make your life so much easier. It's so freaking cool. Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar, and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start, which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to Kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also has influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. Hey all, I'm so excited to share with you, Earn Your Happy is now part of Growth Day Podcast Network. A bunch of us are coming together to bring more growth to the world and support shows and brands that we truly believe in. And one of my friends is also on the network, and I'd love for you to go subscribe to his show. You guys, Trent Shelton has the most incredible podcast. It's called Straight Up with Trent Shelton, and it's going to remind you that you are built for this. I have heard Trent speak in person multiple times. I've listened to his podcast a ton. He's coming on the show, and I literally cannot wait because this man just spits straight fire. It is like truth that goes to your core and makes you take action right away. If you want one of those podcasts that when you're just out on a walk, you can't help but want to start running and run through a wall in your life, this is the show to go listen to. So you guys, make sure that you go subscribe to the show, Straight Up with Trent Shelton. You're going to love it.